Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be reviewing my new Moonlight Memory Series Star Lockets. These came out by Premium Bandai. We heard about these a few months back and they sold out really fast and really well. These are retailed around $70, I think, $60, $70. I previously ordered these through CD Japan, but my order was canceled, so I had to find someplace else to buy them. So I ended up getting the pink one through Big in Japan and the gold one through YesAsia. And I finally got the gold one today, so I figured I would show them off. Now, there are some slight differences with the two different boxes. So I wanted to point that out to you. If you're interested in buying these and you don't know which one to get, whether the gold or the pink, they are both pretty much the same item. Of course, one's pink and the other one's gold, but they sound exactly the same. But the boxes are slightly different. Right off the bat, you'll notice that there are some slight differences in the boxes. Namely, Sailor Moon's poses on the boxes are slightly different. Also, they reversed the images on the top of the boxes. One has Princess Serenity and Tuxedo Mask, and then you flip them over and they're reversed. Unsure why they did that, but that is the design of the boxes. And they do have the silhouettes of the poses on the front, on the side there as well. The backs are pretty identical. They both have the gold Toei sticker on them showing that they're Japanese release. But they do have the vintage art on there that the original toys had. The only downfall with these in the Moonlight Memory series is they kept the awesome 90s vintage look, but they didn't give you that clear window, which a lot of people would like to have had. That way they don't necessarily would have to open the box to see the item. So that's kind of sad in that respect, but that is the boxes. Each of the lockets come in this clamshell clear case when you open them, and they are covered with plastic to prevent from scratches. You did get some additional things with some instructions. Shows you how the music box works, which is pretty self-explanatory to me. There is a way to take the top cover off of it, so in case you want to use it for pictures or cosplay or whatever you decide on doing, that shows you how to take the lid off. And then you got the chain, which is pretty self-explanatory, but there's that. And they are in Japanese, so if you can't read Japanese, you just have to go by the photos, which it's really not really necessarily needed. But these are the Star Lockets. First, I'll show you the gold one, which is pretty much everybody's favorite. It is extremely shiny. As you can see, you can pretty much see everything. My camera, my little camera stand, and my window shining through. But it is a really gorgeous item. It's extremely, extremely beautiful. And it is a lot nicer, I think, than the original one. This is the original Star Locket. Mine's a little faded, so it's not as gold as it used to be. But this is what they look like together. You can tell right off the bat that one is slightly larger than the other one. It's also a bit more rounded on top. The chains are also a lot nicer on the newer one than the old one. And the chain on this one, of course, you put on yourself, so you can take it off if you don't want it on there. Whereas this one came on here, and if you took it off, you'd have to use pliers. So it's not necessarily easy to take off. and the backs are different as well. The turn mechanism on this one is kind of sunk in, and this one sticks out. So it's a little bit of a difference in the 90s and the 2015 version. But they're both pretty, and this one has a lot of nostalgia with a lot of collectors, so it depends on like what kind of collector you are. If you want both, then I think it's worth it to get both, but of course this one has not really gone down in price enough yet for a lot of people, so. But here is the pink one. So that's what they look like separate. My only complaint about this pink one, them not making the top pink also, I don't understand why they just make the base of it pink and not the whole thing pink. It kind of throws it off for me because it's not completely pink. And a lot of people complain about the music in these. Because it's a wind-up box, it will sound like the music is going faster than it should in the anime. But that's because it's a wind-up music box. Now, Tashimi Nations is making this as well for their Publica line, so maybe they'll fix that and make it sound more like the anime. So. Now that is the gold one, and I'll wind up the pink one so you can see what it sounds like, but it sounds exactly the same. There's really no difference. So that is what it sounds like, and I'm going to try to play them both together and see what that like is. So there's that, but the insides, as far as I can tell, look exactly alike. The moon spinning on both spins at the same kind of speed. So there's not really much difference between the versions with the sounds, so it all depends on you, what you prefer. But I still think they're very pretty and definitely worth collecting if you're a Sailor Moon fan, so it's all up to you. I have all the Moonlight Memory Series items. They all come in this fancy vintage box type design. Very similar images on all of them. I do have this too, which I need to review, so this is what I'll be reviewing next. But thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about the Moonlight Memory Series line or the Star Lockets, feel free to message me or leave a comment below and let me know. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Alright, bye!